Has anyone guessed what it is yet? It's very hard to guess what it is underneath that cover from any angle. I'm not even sure if it's a car. It's actually more of a UFO. Anyway, story about this video is 2 days ago, a friend of mine bought a AMG GT Black Series, and he came to collect the car, and he came in this, which is his car, and he told me to look after it for a few days, use it and see what I think of it, because I've never actually driven one of these before. It's a very, very, very special car in a very special spec. Can anybody guess what it is yet? I got a lot of people typing going, yeah, I guessed it was one of those. No, you didn't. You have no idea what this is underneath it. So I think I should show you it and show you the spec, take it out on the road, do a quick drive, and everything's all very new to me on this car. I've never actually driven one, so let's go. This is a Pagani Huayra Roadster. Now, when I said a minute ago I've never actually driven one of these, it's because I haven't actually driven one of these. There is a big difference in quite a lot of things actually, but especially performance between a Huayra Roadster and a coupe. Now, Pagani work their models slightly different to most manufacturers. Most manufacturers will run their coupe and their convertible Roadster version side by side. And they'll be identical cars apart from the roof comes off and the roof doesn't come off. With a Roadster, with Pagani, that's slightly different. So what Pagani do is they run all their coupes first, and along the line of them making coupes, they bring out different handling packs. The Tempesta pack is the one in particular that is very expensive, and you get different wheels and better suspension and a sports exhaust and slightly lower and things like that. Now what they do is when they've finished the very last variant of the Pagani coupe, they then take that model car with them upgrades and put them into a standard Roadster. So there's no Tempesta pack on a Roadster. It's already got it. So it's got the wheels, it's got the suspension, it's got the front lip of the spoiler. You can tell the front bumper of this car is very different to the coupe. The back bumper of the car is very different to the coupe. As we walk along here, this whole back wing section is very different to the coupe. So although the coupe is very similar where the arches are flared up a bit more, this is exaggerated. The back end is completely different, which is going to be because it's a Roadster. And this spoiler section here, that's not on a coupe. We come further to the back, you'll see the rear diffuser is from a Tempesta coupe, which is standard on a Roadster. The exhaust is from a Tempesta, which is now standard on a Roadster. So, I haven't actually driven a Pagani Huayra Roadster. So, I mean, when someone throws you the keys to their Pagani Huayra Roadster, what do? You call Ben, the photographer, and you say, get your ass down here, Ben, because we're going to do a film and a review of me driving this car. So, let's go. Well, look, it doesn't really feel more powerful or anything from the coupe. but it does feel a bit sharper on the steering, the suspension. Yeah, you can hear more of the oh yeah, you can hear more of the exhaust. I mean, when the sun is shining, it is nice to have the roof down, isn't it? Oh, I missed my car already. Oh, this is an awful day. Why has he done this? Why has he left me this car? Hang on, let's just downshift. Let's do it. Yeah. Right, okay, let's get back to talking. Sorry, I blanked out there for a minute. So let's talk about the specs of this car for a minute. The car is finished in a 5-layer pearlescent white with an electric blue, well, various electric blue stripes that are painted down the car. Now, from above, it makes a lot of sense. From the side, you're wondering why the stripes have been painted in such a way. Well, when Pagani put this car in a wind tunnel, the stripes of the car is the direction that the wind and the aerodynamics make the wind travel along the surface of the car. And considering the Huayra is means god of wind, it's quite fitting. Oh, did you hear that? Dirty bastard. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's so nice to have the roof down. We're really lucky today, actually, because it's middle of October. It's not really very cold. Nice sunny day, roof down. I've had quite... Love that noise. Yeah, so, sorry, back to the specs. Garnet red interior with these cream fingers and cream stitching. Obviously, everything's carbon fibre. What's actually different in the coupe to the Huayra is the sort of A-pillar frame around the windscreen is leather here, where in the Huayra it was in the Huayra coupe it was all matte carbon fibre. These cars are really big on the inside. Like, the seats are massive, loads of room. I don't struggle with room in cars anyway because I'm slightly vertically challenged. Do like that. Look, as of the minute, it doesn't really feel too different to a Huayra coupe. It's probably more of an occasion because you're out in the elements. You know, the roof's off. You can hear the engine. You can hear the exhaust. You can hear the turbos because obviously we're outside. But it's not like, you know, a completely different car. To be honest, you know, you couldn't make. I've driven a Huayra BC coupe. Which the BC is the more performance track version of the Huayra, and that doesn't drive dramatically different to a Huayra coupe. So, you know, I don't really know what I was expecting too much with this, but you know, it's a nice car. It turns a lot of heads. Turns a lot of heads actually, but it's a Pagani. It's going to turn heads. I think my friend who left me this car has possibly got the best sales technique imaginable. Who leaves someone who's just sold their car for, you know, a lot of cash, a newer convertible version of the car that they loved, that they didn't really want to sell in the first place, and say, go and enjoy it, go and drive it, see what you think. Now he knows what conversation we're going to have next. Oh my God. Okay. 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 It does feel a little bit quicker than the coupe. I don't know if it's just the elements that are doing that to me though. You know, you're doing 40 miles an hour in a car, all of a sudden you put your head out the window, it feels like you're going faster. I love the colour, and it's such a one-off. I think he thinks that we're going to have a conversation after I drive this car. And to be honest with you, we are going to have a conversation after I drive this car. And the conversation is going to be, okay, how much is it? Now, there's been quite a few Paganis sold in the UK in the last 2 weeks. My car sold. There was a convertible car that sold. My Huayra was 2.650. The convertibles, such as this car, if it was to come to market, would be 3.3, 3.4. Still one of 100 cars ever made. 100 coupes, 100 roadsters. This is a left-hand drive example, which is not quite as rare as a right-hand drive example. But there was more right-hand drive roadsters than there were right-hand drive coupes. I mean, August in the south of France in this car, driving from Monaco to Saint-Tropez. There's no better car in the world to do it in. Definitely not. Definitely not. There is not a better car to drive on a coastal road in Europe than a Huayra Roadster. The only reason this is better than a coupe for doing that is there's no roof. But with every pro, there's a con. The con is it has doors that open normally, like a normal door. And once you've had a car that has special doors, whether they be scissor doors, gull wing doors, suicide doors, whatever they may be, you kind of feel like you've gone backwards by your next car having normal doors. This car's only done 400 miles from new. Well, 456 to be precise. And I feel as though if I don't turn around in a minute, I could just keep going. It's Saturday. I've had a stressful day. I'm not one of these people that jumps in a car and goes for a drive to relax or, you know, switch off. But I find myself doing that today. I mean, I could just keep going in this. Hey, listen, there's worse places to be. Lovely sunny day. Huayra Roadster with the roof off. F it. Let's keep going. So, what is cool about this car is the roof is a one-piece carbon fiber roof, but it's also glass. So you still get that glass element that you get in the coupe, in the Roadster. But I'll be honest, if I had a Huayra Roadster, the roof is absolutely irrelevant. I am not taking it out with the roof on. Just not doing it. This car has an upgraded sound system. And what an absolute waste of money. Not interested in what the sound system sounds like at all, ever, because it can't sound like that. It's too loud in here to use Bluetooth. That guy just went past on his motorbike and he actually nearly come off of it as he turned his head to look at this. It's too loud to use Bluetooth. It's too loud to listen to the radio. It's super comfortable, GT touring convertible, absolute weapon of a thing to look at. Build quality on Pagani, I maintain, is different class to anything made. Don't care. I've had everything. Nothing compares to a Pagani for build quality. Just without doubt. Yes, there's cars that are faster, but this is so fast. It's ridiculous how fast it is. 770 brake horsepower, it weighs 1,260 kilos. Rear wheel drive, twin turbo, 6 litre V12, and the roof comes off. 1 of 100. It's making me very sad, but it's also making me very excited. It's also making me very nervous, because I feel like I have to try and buy this car now. I don't really want to, but I think I do want to. This car is not normal behaviour. God, I miss my car. It's only been a week. That gear change is harsh. Still a single clutch gearbox, which, by the way, I think is absolutely fine. You know, it's not. This is not a daily. You're not daily in this car, and it gives the feeling of it's faster than what it is, because the gear change is so harsh. So I quite like it, actually. Right. Well, I have a tough decision to make. On one hand, what I should do is I should call my friend and say, thank you very much for lending me your car for a couple of days. Enjoyed it, drives great, looks incredible, really different. When I can return the favour, let me know. Move on, everyone's happy. Or do I call him up tonight and tell him the truth that I very desperately want to buy his car? I just need to decide whether I very desperately want to buy his car because I want to sell it to one of my clients, or I very desperately want to buy his car because I want to keep it. So, by the time this video comes out and it's been edited and it's ready to be launched and on YouTube, if the car isn't on our web and it's not for sale, then you'll know how the conversation went. So let's see.